This is Seattle Real Estate Radio with your hosts, Christian Nossum.
Well, when you're selling, you got to know who your buyer is and you got to know how to market to them. I do.
And Dan Keller, mortgage expert with New American Funding.
Hey, rates are important, but strategy matters more than ever.
For the next hour, you'll learn impactful insider information as Christian and Dan teach about the ins and outs of Seattle's real estate market. Now, here's Christian and Dan.
Hello, and welcome to Seattle Real Estate Radio here on KKOL 1300 AM. My name is Christian Nossum. I am a local Seattle real estate agent, and I am the founder of the awesome Nossum Group at Wilson Realty.
Hey, you're not just an agent. Come on, man. Don't sell yourself short. This Christian's been recognized by Estately, which is a very credible brand in the national real estate industry, as one of the top 10 real estate agents nationwide.
Yeah. And
you recently just were voted by a local media outlet as one of the top 10 real estate agents in the Seattle marketplace. So,
yeah. Thank you. That's true.
You are.
And this is Mr. Dan Keller.
Yeah, my name is Dan Keller. I am a mortgage advisor, the co-host of Seattle Real Estate Radio, a mortgage advisor at New American Funding, a local mortgage bank. And just for compliance purposes, my MLO number is 115349.
Niner.
And no, man, we come here every single Monday from 3 to 4.
We rebroadcast our episode on Saturday
Saturdays
from 5 to 6. Yep. And you are not just a mortgage broker.
Well,
you are also a kind of a national leader in the mortgage field. I mean, you get sent out to do speaking engagements across the country. You're featured on the Washington Post. You're in the top 3% of lenders in the nation.
Well, essentially what we've done, if it's the first time listening to the show, what we've done is we take the best of your world, the best of mine, we combine it into Seattle Real Estate Radio, and every Monday from 3 to 4 and Saturday from 5 to 6, we bring you relevant current information that's happening in the marketplace right here in Seattle.
And today, we have a great show. So we are going to give you the 4 essential steps to getting your offer accepted in Seattle's uber competitive real estate market. So number 1, mortgage budget. Dan, tell me about that.
I mean, it's most of the time with real estate professionals, the buyer comes to you first. They call you up, they reach out to you. Hey, we're thinking about purchasing a home in Wallingford. Okay, what do I do next? Well, you as a real estate professional, you've got to make sure that their budget's dialed in. The main reason why this is an essential, Christian, is that when you get in a position where you need to escalate, your clients need to know, here's what my payment looks like at $600, $625, $650, $700, so they can make an on-the-spot decision whether or not they escalate $50, $75, or $100,000 over asking price.
Asking price, exactly. Number 2 is reality check. So we need to make sure that you're making offers on homes that you can actually afford. We don't want you looking at, if your max is $700,000 in Seattle, which isn't a ton and doesn't get you a lot, but if that's where your max is, we want to make sure that that's the house that you're actually looking at. If you're looking at homes that are priced at $700,000, you're not going to be able to afford it. In this market where it's super tight on inventory, you are going to be outpaced budget-wise big time. You need to be looking at homes that are probably priced closer to $550,000, $600,000, maybe $625,000.
If your budget's $700,000.
If your budget's $700,000, exactly. And one thing that we do is we sit down and we look at those sold homes in the neighborhoods that you want to see what price we actually need to be looking at. Number 3, you need to make yourself attractive to the seller. This is huge. This is where not like that.
What?
Man.
My suit's not going to work?
Not trying to make yourself look pretty. We're trying to make your offer look attractive. So what that means is your agent, me or whoever you choose to work with, needs to be a detective. And what I mean by that is you actually need to figure out. I go out and I talk to the listing agent representing the seller, and I say, what does your seller need? What is important to them in order to sell their house? And I guarantee,
because it's not always the most. It's not always the highest offer.
Price. No, timing is a big one. Leaving stuff behind is a big one for some people. I have offered in some of my clients' offers, hey, you know all that junk in the garage that you were going to give to Goodwill and have to get a hauling company and stuff? Just leave it. My buyers will take it. Don't worry about it.
Well, you also
We'll
mentioned a
deal
lot
with it.
about tightening up your offer with contingencies. Tell us about that.
So there's two or three different contingencies that you are able to remove or get rid of during an offer. And one of them is a pre-inspection. So you want to get a pre-inspection done before you make your offer. Another one is your financing contingency. Working with you, this is a big step. If you can get fully underwritten up front, you can and feel confident you can actually remove that financing contingency.
Well, what that means, most borrowers come with an agent and they're pre-approved, quote unquote pre-approved. They haven't gone through underwriting. That's another 2, 3, 4 weeks out.
Exactly.
And so if you can go through that phase before you start your home shopping, you're going to be in a better position.
Exactly. Another one, fast closings. And that's another big thing that you separate yourself as a mortgage lender. Most banks take 30 to 45 days to close a loan. You have been helping my clients in about 14 days.
Yeah.
And that's
because
huge.
they're pre-underwritten.
Because they're pre-underwritten.
Because they're
taking
pre-underwritten.
all those steps that they usually take in the middle of the process. They're moving it up front before they find a house.
Okay.
That fast close sometimes is attractive to the seller, but then they freak out because the seller goes, well, I can't get out of here in 2 weeks. So then we say, okay, Mr. Seller, would you like to stay for an extra 2 months
there you go.
after the closing?
So lease back.
Yeah, a free rent back. So that's the other thing that we're talking about. And that's where, again, your agent needs to be a detective and figure out what exactly is important to that seller.
All right, Detective Nossum, what's number 4?
Number 4 is hiring the right people, getting the right representation, making sure they have a great reputation within the industry. And it's a little tough to judge, but making sure that they're a competent agent, that they don't have a soiled reputation, that their Yelp reviews are amazing, that they're good.
Well, who would have ever thought this? But now more than ever, your reputation actually plays into your offer getting accepted. Your reputation in the real estate agent community. Likewise, the lender. I mean, you list homes, Christian.
Yes.
If you have large big box banks or lenders on pre-approval letters, do you look at those differently versus a local mortgage lender that can work quickly?
Big time. If I call the lender, because that's what I do when I represent a seller, if I'm calling the lender on that pre-approval letter and it's a big bank, 9 times out of 10, I'm not getting through to anybody.
Nope.
That's putting those people at the back of the line. If I call and they answer the phone right away and it's a cell phone and I can call them after work, that's a huge, huge plus.
Or if the lender reaches out to the listing agent in advance of the offer,
which is what you do, and that's a
huge
big perk.
So
those are the 4 essential steps to getting your offer accepted in today's uber competitive real estate market. If you have any other questions, you can always feel free to reach out to either Dan or I. All of our contact info is on SeattleRealEstateRadio.com.
SeattleRealEstateRadio.com. Thank you, Christian, for the tips.
Thank you.